صلى الله عليه وسلم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد. Part of the morning and evening adhkar is what's known to all of us as Sayyid Istighfar. And this is the master of asking Allah for forgiveness, in the sense that this is the best format of asking of Allah for forgiveness. You say it in the morning and you die, Allah would admit you to Jannah. You say it in the evening and you die, Allah would admit you to Jannah, as the Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam. So what is Sayyid al-Istighfar?
اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت خلقتني وأنا عبدك وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت.
O Allah, you are my Lord, none has the right to be worshipped except you. You created me, and I am your servant, and I abide to your covenant. What covenant? The covenant that Allah took from all of the humans not to worship any other than Him. So I abide to your covenant and promise as best as I can. What promise? The promise of whoever obeys that covenant and dies upon it will go to Jannah. I take refuge in you from the evil of which I have committed. Now I'm confessing. I acknowledge your favor upon me and I acknowledge my sin. So forgive me. For verily none can forgive sin except you. Now, this beautiful hadith, Sayyid al-Istighfar, is something that we should maintain saying every morning and every evening, over and over and over again, until you meet Allah Azza wa Jal with such way of seeking forgiveness from Him Azza wa Jal. The following hadith, this hadith was graded weak by Al-Shaykh Al-Albani. So we've excluded it from the authentic adhkar. However, again and again, why would the Shaykh include a hadith where Shaykh Al-Albani has graded as weak? Simply because other scholars may have authenticated it, or at least graded it as Hasan, such as Shaykh Ibn Baz. Maybe in some other hadiths, Shaykh Al-Arnaut Abdul Qadir may have authenticated it, so he followed that. It's an issue of delicate difference of opinion. And these hadith do not include anything that impact your aqeedah or halal or haram. It's in what is known as fada'il al-a'mal, the virtues of good deeds. So there's not much at risk when following it. But as we usually prefer to follow only what is authentic and leave what is weak, we will not take this hadith except in a very short way by reading it, so that we would not neglect, or we would not be neglecting any hadith.
اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك وأن محمدًا عبدك ورسولك.
O Allah, verily I have reached the morning and call on you, the bearers of your throne. So the bearers of the throne, we know that Allah Azza wa Jal have 8 great angels carrying His throne. Not that Allah Azza wa Jal needs them or any of His creation, but this is something that Allah has willed, and they are among the greatest of all Allah's creation. So, O Allah, verily I have reached the morning and call on you, I make you my witness, and I make these angels who carry your throne my witness, and all the other angels and all of your creation to witness that you are Allah. This is the conclusion. All of this is to testify that you are Allah. None has the right to be worshipped except you alone, without any partner, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is your servant and messenger. It is supposed to be said 4 times in the morning and in the evening, but as I said earlier, the hadith is not authentic. And the following hadith is also a weak hadith, weakened by Shaykh al-Albani, and we will go through it just for the sake of reading the whole booklet.
اللهم ما أصبح بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر.
O Allah, what blessing I or any of your creation have risen upon is from you alone, without any partner, so for you is all praise and unto you all thanks. Whoever says this in the morning has indeed offered his day's thanks, and whoever says this in the evening has indeed offered his night's thanks. And again, this is not authentic. The following hadith is authentic and was graded Hasan by Shaykh al-Albani. What is this hadith?
اللهم عافني في بدني اللهم عافني في سمعي اللهم عافني في بصري لا إله إلا أنت اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكفر والفقر وأعوذ بك من عذاب القبر لا إله إلا أنت.
O Allah, grant my body health. So you ask Allah for what is known as afiyah, to be exempted from all types of harm. So you ask, grant me my body health. O Allah, grant my hearing health. O Allah, grant my sight health. None has the right to be worshipped except you, O Allah. I take refuge with you from disbelief. Okay, this is very important that you seek refuge in Allah from disbelief and from poverty. And I take refuge with you from the torment or the punishment of the grave. None has the right to be worshipped except you. So all of this is to be said 3 times in the morning and the evening. And it shows you that you're afraid of these things and that there is no one to shelter you and to give you refuge other than Allah the Almighty. This is all the time we have. Until we meet next time, I leave you fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.